Good morning. It's day 11, I think. Day 11. And I stayed there last night, the Oykel Bridge hotel. They've got bothy rooms and it was like £45 for the night, so took that. Met a few new guys, obviously most of them Dutch. One guy, ex-policeman, was quite an interesting guy, Mick. And I'd had all the beer I wanted, and at the end of the night he said, "I'll buy you a pint of beer." I was like, "Oh no," and he insisted, so I did it. An extra pint. Oh, the River Oykel. So I'm feeling it a bit this morning. Shouldn't have had all that beer, but hey ho. So Oykel Bridge to Inchnadamph today. The weather's meant to be alright. I think this is the last day. It might rain, and then the problem's going to be fairly hot temperatures. So yeah, we're never happy with the weather, are we? But that's how it is. So hopefully I have a good hike today. There's, I think, about 15 kilometres of track walking along the Oykel River through a lot of farm. That's that's why I actually decided to stay in that hotel last night rather than pitch tent, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be very difficult to find somewhere to pitch a tent for the next 10 kilometres or so. And I'd already walked a bit longer than I'd planned. My feet were a bit wet, so I was kind of worried about getting blisters yesterday, so stopped at the hotel and everything's worked out. So here we go, 30 kilometres to Inchnadamph today, and the latter part of the day will be climbing over the shoulder of Ben More with no path. So to be honest, that's probably a bit more my kind of thing. Feels a bit weird to say that, but not really been liking this track walking for the last day or so. I find it's a bit, I don't know, I don't like to use the word boring. I felt it was a bit creepy yesterday actually. Just the whole area. Didn't really like it. And it wasn't exactly easy either, because the track was flooded quite a bit, so you had to keep going off track and jumping over bogs and stuff a lot anyway. Right, so Inchnadamph, here we go. Oh, this is fun. Oh dear. Good morning. They're all in the cow shed, and I just sneaked up the side there, and they all got a bit startled and ran out here. And they're literally shitting themselves. Look at that wee calf, it looks just born, it can hardly walk. Hello. Hello. This one's curious. Oh, it's not going to come up. I'm just staring at me. Yeah. Just about every single one of them stopped and stared at me. Okay, see ya. Almost 7 kilometres in, and there's a nice wee bench for me. We'll go for a wee break. appears to be the end of the track. There's a big digger in the middle of nowhere. What the hell's it doing? On to path then. Make slower progress on this. That'll be Benmore up there then, or it's neighbour Carnival. That'll be Benmore with the snow on it. Now here's a novelty. For an unmarked trail, is this the only sign for the Cape Raft Trail on the entire length? I wonder. Might be. Good to get away from this river. It's been awfully boggy. I've got wet feet already. Here we are, back to a track. Oh, this is about 12k in today. Still got quite a distance to cover to get to the bottom of Benmore. Whew. Not bad for you. So I've made it to this decision point here. This is a junction between two options on the Cape Raft Trail. Yeah, they go to the east, round to the east of Benmore, or you go west, kind of up and over the shoulder of Benmore. So I'm going in the west. It's just turned 12 o'clock. I made the mistake of forgetting to bring water today, and I've been walking all this time waiting till this point, where I think above this point I'm going to be pretty confident in the water taken from the burns, whereas down there it's a lot of farms and like forestry stuff. So the water's not great, also not very high. Even here I'm only 180 metres, so it'll be good to get some water. Next little stream I see that looks good, I'm going to take some. The sun's out, so I'll need it. Looks a bit slimy actually. Come on, give us a show. Come on, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Come on, stop hiding. Oh, it's boring. Right. Straight ahead is the little notch that I'm going to be aiming for. This faint path's taking me up obviously the right side of this glen. It's quite hard on the feet though when you're side onto a hill like this for so long in the bog. It can give you blisters as your foot turns in your foot turns in your shoe quite a lot. Puts a lot of pressure on the edge of your foot. That's 300 metres here. I think the top of the gap is 510 or something. So about 200 metres of climb from here. Don't mind the climb, it's all the bog. It's all the wetness getting into my feet. The other thing is this Benmore and that mountain I'm currently on the side of, Carnival. These are two Munros that I've only done once. and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to go up. So I've only done them once, and I won my second round of Monroe's, so these two would be highly prized, but there's a big part of me just thinks I should, nah. I can't do that. Burn myself out climbing them. They're really good Monroes though, and they're right kind of on their own. There's no other Monroes for miles and miles, tens of miles. What are they? The third and fourth most northern Monroes. But that's not the point of today. Today is to get past the Monroes and climb them. All alone. There's no sign of the guys behind me. No sign of anyone in front all day. Just been on my own all day. And currently off piste. I think I've been here before. I do remember coming off these Monroes into the wrong glen. That was this glen, I reckon. So I think I've been here before. I shouldn't have been, but I was. That was probably my worst navigation error ever. I was lucky to catch it. I think I probably caught it about this altitude as well, which meant I should have been going up further up into the wee gap I'm aiming for, but for some reason complacency led me down here before I realised I'd missed it. Right, time to say farewell to Glen Oykel. Thanks for the memories and all that beer. It's too much beer. As we cross into this Bielach. It's a bit dreich. Up at about 500 metres now, and we should get a sight of the Atlantic just round the corner here. So this is a real watershed moment, because every drop of rain that falls here will flow down through the Oykel River and eventually find its way into the North Sea, whereas rainfall falling, I reckon, just up here a wee bit will be destined for the Atlantic Ocean. So this is the watershed between east and west. So there's a line that cuts all the way down through the UK, north to south. It's the watershed, and I'm currently on it. Some people walk the watershed, like north to south or vice versa. That's absolutely nuts. I'd never do something daft like that. I don't think it's the Atlantic, it's just another loch, but it obviously joins onto Atlantic. Not sure I'm meant to be here, to be honest. It's kind of working. morning. Just making my way up from Inchnadamph, which I've left behind me down there. You can see past my walking sticks. That big bugger's Ben Moor. Went over that yesterday. Oh, it's painful. Well, painful. A lot of things started going wrong yesterday near the end of the day. Mainly, well, almost exclusively related to my skin in various parts. Blistering, chafing, peeling. Didn't realise my nose was basically peeling off with sunburn. So, a bit worrying. Last night. But hopefully remedial action will help out. I'm up at, just going up to 200 metres already. And apparently this is going to be a really tough day. Surprise, surprise. Is there any easy days on this? But this one in particular, people say is the worst, which kind of surprises me. But maybe not soon, eh? What did surprise me was when I looked at the map, I'm climbing up to over 600 metres here. And then I go down to Glen Dhu and Bothy, and then I go up again over another hill into Glen Dhu. So the target for today is Glen Dhu. I have to get to Glen Dhu as a minimum, but I want to get to Glen Dhu. It's these two lochs that are annoyingly jut into the country, and you have to kind of walk around two of them. The main road, the North Coast 500 if you like, goes over the Oykel Bridge. Instead of going around those two lochs, it goes over that spectacular bridge that you've probably seen in calendars or whatever. So yeah, it's a hard route for us, and I'll be camping in my tent tonight. Last night spent in, obviously, Inchnadamph. It's kind of like I'd say it's quite a fancy backpackers hostel. I paid for a private room because I'd hate to be in a room with someone else snoring. Not that I snore. So that was really nice actually. There's a wee shop so you can buy sweeties or even dinner. I tried to eat into some of my backpack food obviously, but there's communal kitchen and lounge and stuff. It's pretty good, well worth staying at actually. So I've lost all the guys from Oykel Bridge. I don't know where they went yesterday. I thought they were going to Inchnadamph, but they obviously didn't quite make it, so I don't know if I'll bump into them again. This is the pace at the moment. It's going to take me a while at this rate, isn't it? Slow going at the start I find, but that sun's burning already. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing the gate thing. Bugger it. It's getting old. The other depressing thing is started bumping into just a few hikers coming from north to south, and of course I've got in my head I'm getting near the end and ask them, so how many days have you been hiking? 6. Oh shit. And look at the state of them as well. 6 days of hiking. That's not near the end, is it? It is a beautiful day though. Just got to, it's all about looking after your body actually. You don't even fall apart. About 420 metres here, and I found another potential lodging. I should have stayed here last night. It's got a great view out the window. So I say goodbye to the area with Benmore and Inchnadamph. So we're just about to go through this gap in the mountains over into the Glen Dhu area. So thanks for the memories and the beer. The beer was good there. It was Brewdog and it was nice. So this is the top of the pass for the day. Well, the main pass for the day. There will be another one. Bit of a boulder field. Oh, we're going down here now. I don't think there's much in the way of paths. So I need to, it's a bit like Norway, isn't it? So apparently it's very steep descending into this glen. Go along there. I think we climb over that hill later on as well. Whew. Wow, what a view. Waterfall in the UK, and that's the sea over there. There's a bothy, Glen Dhu bothy, just at the sea. So pretty spectacular. Albeit difficult terrain to walk through. Waterfall up there. Oh, a lot of horrible weather too. This is the sea, so right back down to sea level again, and we're about half a kilometre from Glen Dhu bothy. That's where I'm going to have some lunch. So that's Glen Dhu bothy down there. I stopped there to change my socks. Packet of nuts, and now I'm going steeply up the next hill to the next bothy. That up there is, I think that's the path of Glen Dhu. Maybe see a better view of it up the hill. There's some road going up that glen. We came down that glen with hardly any path, never mind road or track. This path's not very good, but you can see the bothy that I'm aiming for over there. It's not the bothy I'll be staying in, it's the ground around it I'll be pitching my tent on. Oh, this path's doing my head in. It's actually a burn, but there's the bothy I'm aiming for. The Oykel Bridge is just at the end of this loch. This is the sea. It's a sea loch. Bit of a boulder field with massive boulders. There's horses where I want to pitch my tent. rude. Welcome to an update from the tent. So there's a reason why I'm in the tent, I'll come to that. So today was quite a good day. Oh god, my back. Went from Inchnadamph to all the way to Glen Dhu Bothy, which is the second one you come to. You come to Glen Bothy first. You go around these two lochs. A lot of climbing, a lot of mud and crap paths. Quite hard going, but decided to go about, I don't know, 4 kilometres beyond Glen Dhu Bothy, which is where I am just now. Now the trouble is there's ticks. We've had a tick emergency, so I've been walking with a Welsh guy as well, which has been good, good company. But yeah, we made this well, it's nothing to do with the decision to go a bit further. There's ticks here. It can happen anywhere. So I've spotted 4 here, well, on me. He was the first. Richard was the first one to see one. He saw one on his ground tent further up the hill where we were going to pitch our tents. Called me over to ask me if it was a tick, and I said, "Yep, that's a tick." So we came back down to, we're on the roadside here, well, track side, so pretty crappy place to pitch a tent, but I've done it, and so's Richard. But as I was setting up my tent here, I saw one on my rucksack, I saw one on my trousers. I was giving my trousers a good check over, and I saw one somewhere else. Where was it? I've seen 4 altogether, tiny little ones crawling about. None of them actually biting me yet. So that's a bit of a downer. But on the positive side, the scenery today was spectacular. It was like Norway, fjords, and it's really windy. And we've made a lot of good progress. I think we could maybe get to Reconic tomorrow. Reconic would be within shooting distance of Sandwood Bay, which is almost the end. So we've got a bit of summit fever, to be honest. I do recognise that. I've got a blister as well now. The original blister I had earlier on has basically turned into a scab, and it's no longer a blister, so that's good. But I've got a more troublesome one on my second little toe, which I get quite a lot. And even though I've been taping it up, and ironically I could see the blister coming yesterday. I might have mentioned it. So I put Compeed on it this morning, and it's just a bit of a disaster now. So I've taken the Compeed off, and dare I say it, I've burst it. So hopefully it'll dry overnight, and I'll have something to nurse in the morning. So yeah, a few things going a bit wrong, which is expected, to be honest. I've now got all the water I need. I'm cooped up in my tent, trying to keep away from beasties if that's even possible. I've done a good tick check. I can't see any more. That's all I can do. I'll maybe do another check, but it's probably not till tomorrow that I'd see any that are biting. So that's just life. I've just got to be thorough with checking and make sure I catch any that actually attach. But it's not very nice, but that's just being in the outdoors in Scotland, I'm afraid. So so tomorrow I'm well ahead of schedule. I should have camped probably, I think, about 10k back over horrible ground. So I'm well into day 13, even though this is day 12. It's really difficult to keep track, but tomorrow I should have been going to Loch Stack, but that's going to be far too close, so I might end up getting to Reconic, which is a little town and from Reconic to Sandy Bay is basically road and a really nice path for day trippers. So I think tomorrow's going to be all about getting to Reconic. That's where Richard's going to definitely shoot for. He's talking about going into Sandy Bay, but I think he's been a bit nuts. But yeah, so I'm in a good place to finish it. There's a lot of issues, so the ferry's not running, so the bus isn't running, and the other bus says you need to make bookings. This is the bus that goes to Inverness or Lairg, so there's logistical problems. Fortunately, I managed to get onto the MOD website, and I know there's no practice bombing at Cape Wrath, not until the 14th of May, so it's well out the way. So that's another good thing. So I think, I don't even know how I'm going to cook my dinner, to be honest, because I'm going to have to open a door, haven't I? Hate ticks. Right, so basically I'm going to have to cook my dinner and settle in for the night and take the positives. Tomorrow's another day and I'm well ahead of schedule, so everything's really going well, to be fair. Just need to look after this blister, check for ticks, put another solid day tomorrow, and I'll be at the Cape probably the day after, and then I'll worry about all those logistics that just yeah, it's more problematic than it should be, let's put it that way. Anyway, gonna try and cook some grub and settle in for the night.